Hello and welcome to this tutorial. I'm going to develop a little bit more from your navigation bars in the previous tutorial, and I'm going to show you how to make sure that those navigation bars are in all of your web pages within your website. So currently I have my navigation bar set up for my index.html, which is my home screen. I want to make sure that I have the same when I am in my allen.html page and when I'm in the ada.html page. So currently these are just the basic ones that we started off with. So if I want to copy that code across, I'm just going to copy it exactly as it is. Pasting it in, deleting the ones that I have in already, if you have them done. And you notice that they're not actually the same as they look in the index.html, so the styling hasn't copied over, okay? And the reason for that is, in my index.html, it gives me my style sheet up here, and it's linking my style sheet, that's style.css. Now, if you're going to use just one style sheet for your entire web page, which is probably the easiest thing to do right now, then all you have to do is copy that link and make sure you pop it into the head of each of your web pages within your website. So it's basically just copy and pasting your code, all of this for your navigation bar, into your other websites, web pages, and then making sure that they're linked. So that should help. Furthermore, if I want to add some content after I have my navigation bar set up on my left hand side, and say for example I want to add a paragraph, just put in my paragraph tag, and if I refresh it, I notice that it goes by automatically in under my navigation bar. And say I don't want that, say I want it to go up here. So I want it to be displayed and my navigation bar to be along the left rather than on top of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over to my CSS file. I'm going to add the following, which is going to go in here under my UL. So under my styling for my list, I'm going to put in the height is going to be, say, 100%, semicolon. The position is going to be fixed, so even if you're scrolling, that's not going to go anywhere. And the overflow is going to be set to auto, so that it'll wrap around. And if I pop those three pieces in here under the UL in styling in my CSS, and I go back to my index.html and I refresh it, I can see now that it is in here. Okay, so my paragraph has moved, and you can see that it's behind your navigation bar there. So if you want to move it over, and I'm looking at the width of the page, and if we move it over, say 25% of our page width, give ourselves a bit of a margin, that will solve that problem for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just divide up this part with a div, and I'm going to put in some in-sheet styling, so inline styling for this. So style, and I'm going to say margin left 25%. I mean, you could go 30%, you can go 20%. I'm just going to go 25, and I'm going to close that there, and I'm going to refresh, and we see now that it has moved over 25%. If you want to see it 50%, just change it in here, refresh it, and you get the idea where it moves over to. It begins at half your page, so 50% is too much for mine. So I'm going to change it back. I can try out 20% if I want, and that's too little, so I think we were probably better off with our 25% to begin with. Okay, so that is how you, with a navigation bar, can use some text to the side. And if I have lots of text in my paragraph, say I have lots and lots of text, just going to copy that and paste it just to show you for example. And I refresh my screen. So you see what happens there. Okay, so that is how you get it to right beside your navigation bar to have text alongside it.